Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Friends SMP where I'm at the unfinished side of my mountain. Oh man. Guys, so you may notice I haven't uploaded last week or maybe in a while. I don't know when I'm uploading this. Um but yeah, I'm wanting to build an arena, for the wind fighting. And oh man, so I finished it. I finished building it in creative and designing it. And let's just take a look at how many blocks I need for this build. Okay, I'm at the very bottom of the material list, just so I don't have to give too much away about what this build might look like in the end of things. But 68,629 blocks is the exact number I need. And guys, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I doing this to myself? Someone stop me. Someone actually stop me from doing this. This will destroy every last brain cell inside of me. So I just need to figure out where on earth I'm going to put this giant arena. It's going to be in the air. It's a floating arena, but I don't know where. I'm thinking like over here. It's kind of where I'm thinking. But I don't know. It's huge. I mean, okay, it's like, yeah, it's huge, but at the same time it's not huge. It's just, yeah, you'll see. Okay, so I was just starting to edit the episode for this week, and I noticed a few things. One is I thought I had recorded a segment for the video, but it turns out I haven't. So this is in the future after all that, and so I'm going to show you that now. I'm just going to re-record that segment, and then also I'm going to do voiceover some of this episode because for some reason I didn't know, but it swapped over to my camera's microphone, and so the audio is not great. So yeah, so let's go ahead and just catch you up on what I did that I didn't not record, I guess. Okay, I'm trying not to spoil too much, but I made a cobblestone farm. It's really efficient. Okay, let's go to the next spot. The reason why I was trying to not spoil that last bit, even though you're going to see what it's going to look like in a bit, is because I want that to be a surprise for you guys. But this next bit, like, it doesn't matter if you see, because nothing really has happened over there. So I made some farms. So I made a honey farm. We'll start over here. A honey block farm to be specific. So we can see it here, and I'll show you it in action. So we'll just turn it on right here. And then if we watch it in here, then hopefully soon we will see that we'll get one more honey block, and then it will also drain the bottles, the glass bottles, out from the chest and put it back into the system. Yep, so we got one more, and then the glass bottles got drained out and are being put back into the system here. Then we also have a cobweb farm because I need loads of cobwebs for the arena I was talking about just a bit ago in the episode. Anyways, so then Enderman will drop down here. They're one shot. Then I'm cycling through this water stream. Then once I get up from the water stream, they die and get splashed with weaving potions, which spawn into cobwebs, and I'm constantly going through breaking as many cobwebs as I can while AFK. So I had flashbacks of me building the cobweb farm and the cobblestone farm, but none of the flashbacks are working, unfortunately. It seems like it's weird and glitchy. So we're just gonna move on with the next clips So here you go. Sorry for the messy episode this week. Okay, so still being voiced over here. This is a building that I built for the cobblestone farm. So here's the inside. This is what I was showing you a bit ago in the episode that I was trying not to spoil so much. But yeah, so you flick the lever and then you click the button like this, and then it will start the farm, and then it will explode the cobblestone and drop it down into the chests right here, which, as you can see, we already have a ton of cobblestone from not very long usage of the farm. We did not get all that just from this clip, that's from other uses of it too, but yeah, like even still, it's still not very much usage of the farm. So yeah, I'm going to do my best to describe what's happening, but basically in this clip I'm showing you how I've been working on filling up my redstone box, and how the cobblestone has been a big help with that, especially with these specific blocks that I'm gesturing to here. They use a lot of cobblestone, as some of you may know. And then also I've been making some other farms, which is in a secret hole that may or may not have shown in the previous episodes maybe, but you use a fishing rod to get into it. But I made a slime farm. It's kind of inspired by Etho, actually very much inspired by Etho. Using the allays here, you basically splash them with infestation, and then silverfish get piled up right next to here, and you splash them with oozing and kill them, and then flick this lever, and then the slimes will get flooded up to the killing chamber, which is where the slabs are. I was saying that I need to add slabs on top of these blocks because sometimes the slimes do jump up out of the spot there, and it gets to be a bit of a disaster. Yeah, and I thought that the way getting out of here is pretty cool too. Yeah, so another thing that I want to do this episode is actually continue work on this build around the cobblestone farm, and do some more like landscaping around it. So I want to add some trees and some other stuff. So I'm going to kind of just plump in some trees, and then take you through my process of doing terrain after that. But I'll plop in some trees and then take you through my process. So let's go to that. But before we do that, me and Brainstorm have decided to do yet again another prank on Forge. That seems to pop up quite often on this server, doesn't it? But basically, he's AFK at his fish farm, and we're wanting to make it so the items from his fish farm drain into a secret chest. It probably won't be so secret, but yeah, so I just needed to grab a few things. I could have sworn I was recording my audio during the next few clips that you're about to see, but I guess I wasn't recording them. But that's okay. So yeah, here we are. Here's Brainstorm, and Forge is AFK, and so we were hoping that we could place like a mud block under the chest, and then that would still drain it with the hopper. And this is a great example of when I need stuff from my redstone box. Now that it's filled up with stuff, really helpful. Just grab a bunch of hoppers, and just put it under. But unfortunately, the mud did not let it drain still. So we had to remove the mud and just straight up use a hopper, which then that started working and started draining the items into the chest. Alright, so now that little side quest is over, that little prank, it is now time to get working on this lovely build here. So you can see that I've added this tree here. It looks really nice. It's a birch tree because I was realizing they have white branches and you know, I have these kind of similar trees around the base, but they're all not matching the white color scheme that we have going on. And so I thought, what better tree to add than a birch tree? Yeah, so I'm wanting to add a few more of the kind of trees that we already have going around, just around the area here, like these ones. But then I want to add a bit more landscape as well, as I've been saying throughout this episode. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add some trees more, and then take you through the process of the rest of the terrain. Okay, so I'm just about to start doing the landscaping. In fact, I was starting to, and then I was like, oh yeah, I was going to record this. So I added one large tree there, and then one little one here, and that's already helped as well. So yeah, my thought process on this terrain. So this rock just seemed really random here. So I thought maybe it could be that it's pushing up the terrain a bit here. So that's what I'm going to have it do. And I just kind of want to get a general shape going here. Just clear out a bunch of this grass. Jeez, didn't realize how bad this was back here. We'll kind of go something like this. Kind of match the roundness of our build here. Then we can have it coming out like this, right? Something along the lines of this. There's really not a lot of thinking going into how I'm placing these. All I want is it to at least be 2 wide and 2 blocks out from the moss. When I was grabbing materials, I wasn't really thinking about how far back I was having to go. So let me go grab some more stuff real fast. Okay, so I've gotten some more stuff. So right off the bat, also noticing kind of where this is going to kind of pop out, I'm going to want to add a bit more space along this little lake here. And then we can cover up this water as well. Okay, so then we can continue on our grass a bit here. Another nice thing to do is just kind of line the front of grass like this area with moss, just so it looks a bit cleaner and there's not like the dirt texture as well. There are resource packs I know that make it so the grass texture is like on all 4 sides of the grass block, which I mean is a fine look, but like it's not my favorite as well. I used to use it a lot, but not so much anymore. So I'm just gonna bring this all the way around, like so. We can replace that. I'm going to need to get rid of that as well, but yep, okay. So like already, like you can tell that looks a lot nicer as well, so that's nice. Yep, so I'm just kind of filling in, nothing much to this right now, but it is looking really nice, I can tell you that right now. Okay, and it looks like we will have enough grass. Lovely. Okay, then I also kind of want to have it just pushed up a bit up against here, like that. Maybe down here too. Yeah, let's take a look from afar. Okay, I like to zoom in as well. That helps a lot. And I do like the look. So now that we kind of have this here, I kind of want to look and see, okay, what other kind of things does this need terrain wise. So something I've thought about even from the beginning of this is just to have a bit of beat up grass around. I didn't realize this was terraformed right here a bit. That's funny. Okay, so yeah, come in with some coarse dirt and then kind of just mix in some grass every now and then. Then maybe along here too a bit. Okay, let's take a look now. Yeah, so you can already see that adds a good bit to it as well. Just adding that bit of coarse dirt and podzol into it. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and add some flowers. We can add like a bush right here, for example, right? And then I can even free cam. Yeah, that's a nice spot for bush. We can add some grass around the bush to make it seem a bit overgrown right there specifically, right? Kind of sporadically bring the grass out. Okay, I grabbed some moss carpet just to kind of bring out the mossiness out onto this rock a bit more. Okay, so with the bone meal we can control when and if we want it to be tall like that. And once you kind of just place some randomly around the area, and then yeah, there's not too much thought going into where I'm placing these and stuff, but yeah, so I'll be right back. So as you can see, I've added some more bushes and stuff, kind of going all the way around, not so much here, but yep, it looks really good. So let's come back to the player, and you can see, yeah, this is a great view to see it with shaders. Okay, so the shaders are looking good now. Oh, and this is looking gorgeous. Ooh, look at that view. That's a nice view. I like that view. It's really all about like taking a step back, zooming in on what you have, and then being like, what does this need? And then adding what you think it needs. For example, like I think over here could use a bit more vegetation. But other than that, like I'd say this is complete. So yeah, really happy with how this turned out. Alright, so we have come to the end of this video. We got done all that I planned to do for this episode today. And yeah, it's raining also at the end of the episode, so that's not the best for your view, I guess, but here we are. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed me taking you through my process of landscaping with this build here. I hope you learned something from it, and yeah, I think it's really fun to landscape, and I hope you guys find it fun too. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I know it was maybe a bit messy today, so apologies for that. But yeah, we made a good start on getting ready to start gathering materials to build our giant arena today. So that's great. We also made this awesome build for our cobblestone farm, which looks amazing. And yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed it again. And I will see you guys in the next video. Ciao, ciao, ciao.